Hi everyone. This is a little bit unusual for me because generally I'm not a great fan about most complimented videos, mainly because well, I very rarely get complimented on my fragrance. They're the facts. And so when I see a lot of channels put out most complimented videos, I guess I'm envious, and I'm envious that they get all the compliments. I mean, I do wear fragrance for myself, but I'll be completely honest and say that I really enjoy being complimented on a fragrance, whether it's from a woman or a man. You know, I don't care who it's coming from. If someone notices what I'm wearing and they like it, I enjoy it. And for that reason, every time I get complimented, I remember. And I'm going to tell you what my 5 most complimented fragrances were for this last year. And the reason I can tell you which 5 they were is because the most any single one of those fragrances got was probably 3 compliments for the year. A lot of I have some days where I'll wear a fragrance and I'll get multiple compliments in the one day, and then I'll wear it another day and nothing. So it's really random. I do not count compliments as me asking someone what they think of the fragrances and them saying, oh yeah, it's nice. It has to be completely unsolicited. I don't care if it comes from a woman or from a man. And I'll just reel off this top 5. So, and they're not your usual suspects, I guess. This is in no particular order. This is him from Zadig and Voltaire. Really brief description. It's an incensey, smoky vanilla with a peppery backbone. I have done a review on it, which I will link to. That has gotten me a couple of compliments this year. The other one is Thierry Mugler's Ultra Zest. People seem to like that lovely sweet blood orange and vanilla combination with that AMN DNA. It's got lovely projection, not too loud either, and it's a real crowd pleaser. And this one here, I think, got complimented by both guys and girls at different points during the year, but every time, this is one where every time I wear it, I kind of almost expect to get a compliment because it does get noticed. At number 3 is from Le Labo Santal 33. I will put it down to the fact that it is a projection beast, this fragrance. It's not necessarily the greatest crowd-pleasing fragrance. Some people don't like it, and no one's ever told me that they don't like me wearing it, but I think it gets noticed, and I think it prompts reactions from people. So if you're after that kind of fragrance that has very loud projection, Santal 33 is one that does do it. Number 2, Tom Ford from the regular line, Noir Extreme. It is one of my favourite gourmands, although I haven't worn it a lot recently. I didn't wear it a lot in this last winter, but early on I did get a couple of nice compliments. It is that type of one where if people get close enough to you, it's very nice smelling. It's lovely amber elements, vanilla elements. There's a bit of spice. It's supposed to smell like a kulfi dessert, which is, I think, some kind of Indian dessert. So that's Noir Extreme. And just on a side note, I have since smelled Tom Ford Noir Femme, which is supposedly the femme version of Noir Extreme, and I think it actually smells better. So when my Noir Extreme runs out, I'll be replacing it with the femme. Number 1 compliment getter for me, and I think at least on 4 or 5 different occasions this last year, I got complimented on Terre d'Hermès Parfum, the pure Parfum version. I used to have the Eau de Toilette, and you know, it was fun. I enjoyed it. When I started wearing the parfum version, this is one that surprised me. I actually got people commenting on this fragrance long into the dry down and long after I had stopped smelling it. So I'm talking like 8 hours later, it's still kind of obviously projecting a few feet, but I had completely stopped smelling it. But into the dry down, it worked well with my skin. So there are 5 probably different fragrances to consider. Well, you know, I don't want to encourage anyone to try fragrances just because I got complimented on them. I'm sure that a lot of the compliments were due to my personality and good looks, and not so much the fragrance. So, you know, consider that when you're purchasing fragrances. And I'm only kidding. So I thought I'd share that with you. You know, that's my version of most complimented fragrances for 2017. And I will see you later.